Hi, so if you're watching this, today is January 21st, and this is the instructional video for the day. So don't forget about, we're learning about exponents and the order of operations. So this is an example of what our base would look like and our exponent, and 5 to the 4th essentially just means 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, and then that equals 625. Here are some other examples. So if anything is to the second power, we would just call it squared. So for example, this one is 3 squared. If anything is to the third, it is cubed. And then to say 10 to the 4th, you could say 10 to the 4th or 10 to the power of 4. And this is what it would look like in their values and so on. Remember, an exponent is a small number placed to the upper right of a base number, which shows how many copies of the base number are multiplied together. So for our first example, what is 9 to the power of 3? So if we have 9 to the power of 3, we can write it as this, or we can write it as 9 times 9 times 9. We know that 9 times 9 is 81, and then we just multiply that by 9 again, and we would get 729. And I didn't know that off the top of my head. I would have to do 81 times 9. 9 times 8 is 72, and that's how I get my answer. Once again, we're going over our order of operations, which is PEMDAS, or as you guys might know it, when I went over it yesterday, was please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, or purple elephants may destroy the school. Remember, this is very important to know because the order of operations tells us how to calculate what we calculate first, second, third, and so on. It helps us simplify expressions and equations, and it gets more complex as we go on with our grades. So remember, our P stands for parentheses. So whenever we have a math problem with a bunch of operations and it has a parentheses, we do that parentheses first. Next, we have exponents. So after we go, if there are no parentheses, or if there are parentheses and you already did the parentheses, next we look for exponents. Are there any exponents? If we have exponents, we do those first, depending on if we had parentheses first or not. And you do whatever is, you do those exponents. Next, we have multiplication and division. So we multiply and divide before we add or subtract. And say we have multiplication and division in the same problem, we would work from left to right, just like how we read. And then lastly, we have addition and subtraction. So after you've gone through the parentheses, exponent, multiplication, and division, we add and subtract. And another important thing, just like how I just covered, is that when we have more than one of the same type of operation, we work from left to right. All right, so for our example 2, so we have parentheses 2 times 3 to the squared minus 5 squared. So to solve this, remember we first do our parentheses, so 2 times 3 is 6, and then I'm just going to write the rest out. And then our next step with PEMDAS, or please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, we already did parentheses, so next we're going to go to exponents. And so on our exponent, 6 squared is 6 times 6, which is 36. And then 5 squared is 5 times 5, which is 25. And then our last step in this problem is to subtract, because we didn't have multiplication, we didn't have division, and then we didn't have addition, so we go to subtracting. So 36 minus 25 is 11, so our answer should be 11 for this example. Our next example is 3 plus 2 squared minus 7. So remember, our first step, give me just a second. Alright, so now we have this problem. 3 plus 2 squared minus 7. So we go to our first thing. Do we have parentheses? Yes, we do. So let's solve with whatever is inside the parentheses. 3 plus 2 is 5. I'm going to write the rest of the problem out. Next, do we have exponents? Yes, we do. So let's do that exponent. 5 squared, or 5 to the power 2, is just 5 times 5, which equals 25 minus 7. And I just keep bringing whatever I didn't do down. Do we have multiplication? No, we don't. Do we have division? No, we don't. Do we have addition? No, we don't. So then we go to subtraction. 25 minus 7 equals 18. So that is our answer for this one. Next, we have our next example. So we have 54 minus parentheses 2 plus 3 squared. So do we have parentheses? Yes, we do. So we're going to solve whatever in that parentheses first. So 2 plus 3 is 5 again. I'm going to write the rest of the problem out just so we don't forget what we're doing. Do we have an exponent? Yes, we do. So we're going to do that exponent first. So then this is 25. And then we go down our list. Do we have multiplication? Not anymore. Do we have division? Nope. Addition? Nope. And we do have subtraction. So 54 minus 25 is 29. And that's our answer. Alright, so after we've gone over our examples, you should go ahead and start going to our quizzes link for some practice and then complete the exit ticket in Edge Elastic. Have a great day.